50s and 60s, some of the most popular shows on television were family sitcoms, such as I Love Lucy, Father Knows Best, The Andy Griffith Show, and the quintessential 1950s suburban sitcom Leave It to Beaver. Leave It to Beaver presented the idealized Cleaver family who had good values, traditional roles, and lived in a pristine suburban environment.
It's funny.
What's funny?
Well, whenever we cook inside, Mom always does the cooking. But whenever we cook outside, you always do it. How come?
Well, it's sort of traditional, I guess. They say a woman's place is in the home, and I suppose as long as she's in the home, she might as well be in the kitchen.
Oh. Well, that explains about Mom. But how come you always do the outside cooking?
Well, I'll tell you, son. Women do all right when they have all the modern conveniences. But us men are better at this rugged type of outdoor cooking. Sort of a throwback to caveman days. Hand me those asbestos gloves, will you, Molly?
Girls are kind of lucky, don't they, Mom?
Why do you say that?
Well, they don't have to be smart. They don't have to get jobs or anything. All they got to do is get married.
Well, Beaver, being smart isn't exactly a drawback to marriage.
Well, if they don't get married, well, they can become dressmakers or cut people's nails in a barber shop or take care of kids and a lot of other dumb stuff.
Leave It to Beaver, like many other sitcoms during the late 50s and 60s, ran during an eventful and often turbulent time in American history, coinciding with the space race, the threat of nuclear war, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and growing U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War. Despite that, many of these shows made no references to these events or any other contemporary issues in American society. Because television was one of the few media platforms at the time to be consumed in the intimate space of the home, it soon became a source of cultural anesthesia for a nervous country going through difficult times. Entertainment television would continue to play this role in the following decade as well. In the years after Leave It to Beaver, The Andy Griffith Show helped audiences explore the concept of single-parent families. The Brady Bunch showed that people could take pieces of their traditional families and form a new blended family. And the show All in the Family broke all kinds of new ground by confronting taboo topics full-on, at a time when no other show did.
Come on, Irene, after all, it's a well-known fact. Men are worth more than women.
Archie, have you been reading Playboy?
No, Irene, the Bible.
Bible?
The Bible. And in the Bible it says, God made man his own image. He made women after, from a rib. Cheaper cut.
Archie! I'm doing the same work as a man, and if he was getting paid $6 an hour, why should I get $5.50?
Because, Irene, you're getting what?
The Jeffersons was revolutionary for being the longest-running sitcom in television history in which the majority of the cast was African American. But after the show's shocking cancellation in 1985, after 10 years on the air, a new family had made its way onto the small screen and into the hearts of American audiences in the wildly popular Cosby Show. The Cosby Show crossed many boundaries to become a massive hit, and many critics even argue that the show revived the sitcom entirely. As the 80s were coming to an end, two more families were introduced to American audiences and were quickly embraced. The Bundys from Married with Children were not the traditional sitcom family. The show took the middle-class ideal and cliched family values and made a complete mockery of it all.
Look, Bud, your first words.
Bud need food. Bud want food. Ouch.
Nobody likes a whiny baby, Bud.
Why aren't there any pictures of me in here?
Well, frankly, son, you were one ugly baby.
I thought you were beautiful.
Oh, come on, Peggy, use the diaper's face.
That's because he was colicky.
Now, son, it's all here. Every fond moment and every cent that you cost me from the time you were born. One soda, that's 65 cents.
The other unconventional show, which possibly gave the most accurate depiction of the modern American family, was Roseanne. The sitcom told the story of the blue-collared Connor family, who had two working-class parents and a lot of dysfunction. The show wasn't afraid to deal with taboo topics, and more importantly, it challenged ideals of a woman's role in the family. In Roseanne, it was the mother character who led the household, and unlike shows even today, her appeal was in no way connected to her looks. Throughout the rest of the 90s and early 2000s, television had its fair share of new and interesting families. Shows like Ellen and Will and Grace dared to explore issues of sexuality, while Arrested Development showed just how dysfunctional a family could be. But no show stole audiences' hearts quite as much as the beloved sitcom Modern Family. The hit show has managed to capture the diversity of families in American society today while still staying true to traditional family values. Their ability to take these diverse elements and present them in a non-threatening way is what gives the show the great potential to reshape cultural attitudes and opinions profoundly.